What is going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. You know, guys, people do stupid things in desperation, especially when they're trying to get their point across a lot of times in life. And some of the stuff is just beyond belief. Just like the story I'm about to tell y'all that a lot of y'all have seen. And this right here made me scratch my head through the scalp to the bone. Now, we all been keeping count or keeping track of the New Orleans inmates that are still on the run. I think one is called Derrick Rose and the other one with the tattoos on his face. It's called Antoine Massey. And he's the subject of today's video, and I can't believe how stupid this guy is. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't heard this story by now, this guy went on social media, I think it was Instagram, where he was in somebody's apartment. He went on a live stream professing his innocence, saying that he was let out of jail. He didn't escape. He was let out of jail. I want you to hear me. Saying that all the charges on him are false. He needs a lawyer, and he's begging rappers and Donald Trump for help and claiming to expose the corruption in the Louisiana justice system. Him. Not only am I going to show you the news excerpt of this guy, and I'll come back with commentary, but after that, I'm going to show you the full video and you be the judge. This is one of the stupidest things you could do, being on a run by every law enforcement agency in America to get on you know what? Take a look and we'll come back.
News. Let out the GC.
17 days after 10 men scaled a jailhouse fence to freedom at the Orleans Justice Center, Antoine Massey, one of two men still on the run, pleads his case in social media videos. Good evening, I'm Meg Gatto.
And I'm Lauren McCoy. A law enforcement source tells Fox 8 investigators believe it is Massey in the videos and that they are actively looking into them. Gabby Killett shares more on Massey's message.
Lauren, Meg, Antoine Massey pleads his case on social media, calling on President Donald Trump, Kim Kardashian, and multiple rappers for help as he maintains his innocence. Now, Massey claims the domestic abuse battery case he was booked with was filed by a jealous girlfriend. Massey calls the state of Louisiana corrupt for keeping him incarcerated and presents paperwork in his video that he says supports his innocence.
I'm showing y'all, the whole world, how corrupted the state of Louisiana is. I'm an innocent man. Yes, in my past, I made mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say mistakes. I was just young. You know what I'm saying? But the system has failed a lot of people and not just me.
Now, Massey says he was facing life in prison and claims he left the jail because he was treated unfairly by the legal system. He also contests that he ever threatened a jail maintenance worker who was arrested in connection with the escape.
They try to paint a picture of me as this big old bad guy. Oh, I threatened Sterling, the maintenance man. How did I threaten you, bro? You can't even come around me without a deputy being on the tip.
And we'll have more on these videos coming up in our newscasts at 9 and 10.
Okay, this is 32-year-old escaped prisoner Antoine Massey, who said his name in the full video, which I'll show you in a second, 3 or 4 times, letting people know it's him while he begged for help. In the words of my granddad, nigga, are you crazy? What he did was stupid as hell. I mean, besides the running out. And when you look at this video, because I'm going to talk about some stuff, it's almost like a spoiler alert. I'm going to talk about some stuff in this video that you hear. It's about a 9-minute video. It was comic relief for me. It's crazy when motherfuckers try to act like they're intelligent while doing some unintelligent shit and try to expose others while exposing themselves. He was on that live stream for 9 minutes. They got technology out here where they can locate not exactly where you at, but damn sure close to where you at. You gave him a lot of fodder for that, you dumbass. Let's go down the line. First thing is this. You never talk about your case, whether you in jail or publicly, and you wouldn't blast that shit right out there. And you wouldn't show paperwork. You went on a run with paperwork on you. So what, when they run down on you, you gonna say you innocent, claiming they let you out? You don't talk about your case. You don't. That's the first thing. Second thing is this begging bullshit. And you begging motherfuckers you don't know for help. Meek Mill, Lil Wayne, NBA Youngboy, Trump. Ain't that something? Motherfuckers scream racism, but they'll run the whitey when they back is against the wall. There's some shit. Yo, you begging people. I need somebody that know, been on the inside, that know, like help me. I need a lawyer. Let's get to the third point. I ain't gonna dwell on that shit. The system is corrupt. We all know that. That's why we try to stay away from it and tell our kids to stay away from that shit. We all know that shit. He say, Louisiana has the highest conviction rate for black men. Got to bring race up in it while begging whitey to help the president. Oh, in the nation. We know this. So do you. Yet you stayed there and started building family members, meaning children, having children in a state that is out to get black folks and lock them up. You decided to stay there and start building your life there. You stayed there. As a man, we can up and go anywhere and start our life over again at any given time. You chose to stay there. If it was that bad, which I'm not saying that shit ain't true with the incarceration, but he chose to stay there. That's what I'm saying. Let's get to this next point. I was let out. Yeah, but I ain't never seen nobody run out of jail happy as hell and keep running into the darkness if they was let out. And that's another thing. They let you out. They let 10 of y'all out at one time. How many of y'all that been in jail, been released throughout processing, and it was like a floodgate, and all of y'all just ran out freedom and jumped in the air and took the fuck off in the darkness? It's crazy. It's crazy. Just listening to this shit, you can break this shit down with common sense and common questioning. If it's such a big misunderstanding, go back. If you got legalized paperwork saying that she did that, that's your defense right there. Give it to your public defender. You've been in jail before, you know the routine. Said he was locked up for 8 months, 6 or 8 months right now. He act like he couldn't remember since November. If you have that paper, that's your ace. You ain't going to prison and all this stuff. If what you're saying is correct, just sit there and wait your time out. Most likely they'll let you go on the OR. See the game? It's crazy. Let's go to point number 5. Well, he said he was let out. And then later on in the video, he'll say, that's why I ran. So boom, you just lied right there. Which one is it? You was let out, footloose and fancy free, or you made a break for the gate and got the fuck up out of there? It's crazy. Let's go to the next part. Same old shit. I had a rough childhood. My dad died when I was 7. I understand that. And I'm sorry for your loss. My mom had 3 other kids, 4 kids. I had to do what I had to do when I was young, when I made mistakes to help my mama. So you did bad to do good. Always that same excuse. I was turned to the street to be the man of the house. Okay, well, you're 32 years old. 18 years old, I guess you was on your own. So what? For what, 14 years of being on your own, you still was getting in trouble? Anyway, Let's get to this next point. He says, I'm a grown man. I ran because I had a lot going on in the outside world. But you didn't think about that when your ass got entangled with this chick. And I'm more than sure, as a man, you seen the sign. She wasn't for you, but you wasn't thinking about that because you was matching the energy she got. And whether you did these crimes or not, you put yourself in a position for her to jam you up. That falls entirely on you, dude. And at 32 years old, you know better to get entangled with the wrong person, if that's the case, which I don't believe. I just think A alike, B alike, and they C alike. You said he got jealous and thought that you had something going on with a other woman. It's neither here nor there, but it don't matter. You're where you're at for a reason, whether it's something you did or did not do. Let's bring in this last point. The system failed me. You failed yourself, fam. You failed yourself. Anytime I went to jail, because I only went for parking tickets except that last time when I went for my big case, I knew why I was there. So the system didn't fail me. I failed myself from not taking care of responsibility to put me in a position of, when I get caught, I have to go and do what I got to do. That's the thing. It's no accountability, no damn more. That's shameful. Now I'm gonna get to this last point. Said the maintenance man. Now that right there, I believe him. I believe him. He threatened the maintenance man and all this stuff. I'm not saying he didn't threaten the maintenance man, but I felt what he said when he said, "How I'ma shank you and you got a deputy on the block." Because I said that in one of the videos. I'm like, that don't sound right. The maintenance man talking about, oh, he go kill me. He said, when you can go back and talk to the people and tell them I said I was going to shank you before this whole thing even happened with the water. Because remember, at the end of the shift, you get off with the same people you came on, prison guards, everything. Once you got back outside the block, you could have said that he said that he was going to kill you, but you didn't say that. See the game? See, it's a lot of people, and we see it a lot with prison guards, especially female prison guards. They want to be down with the criminal element by not being directly in it, but they want to be down with it. I'm more than sure that dumbass security guard was trying to befriend these dudes and try to act like he on their side and all this stuff. I don't know whether it was fear or just the desire to want to get along with people that commit crime, that he himself was caught in it, and then he just put it on them, namely him. Either way, that's the only thing I believe with him. But to get on TV after doing something to put yourself in a position and then expose the corruption and all this other stuff, and then say, and you'll see it in this video, oh, when I get caught, you already know you're going to get caught. And once again, you're in somebody else's house, most likely a woman's house. The way that house looked like, it was like a woman's house, being recorded and putting somebody else in trouble for you to speak your truth. I'm done with this. Stock Market Steve for Live, Dynamic Reason channel. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to this video. Without further ado, here's the unedited 9-minute video. It is fool looking stupid as hell. Check it out.
Massey, I'm one of the ones that was let out of GC. What I want to talk about today is as far as why I was in Orleans Parish Jail. I was in custody for almost 8 months. All right, 6 months, something like that. I was in there for theft of a motor vehicle and domestic abuse involving strangulation. That's what I was in Orleans Parish for. Okay, but before I was in Orleans Parish, I was in a jail called St. Tammany Detention Center. All right, St. Tammany Jail here in St. Tammany Parish. There's 2 different parishes, Orleans and St. Tammany. Okay, today what I want to talk about is that I was on 2nd-degree kidnapping, 2nd-degree rape, domestic abuse, battery involving strangulation, domestic abuse, battery, violation of protective order, right? On this woman right here, her name is Diamond White. That's her name. This is a district attorney drop form right here. And she's not a child. She's an adult, a full adult. I was dating this woman. This is a legalized affidavit saying all allegations against me is false. You hear me? All allegations against me is false. I was nowhere around her or none of that during the timing of the date, which was November the 10th of 2024. Okay, so I was in St. Tammany, right? And I was on a regular domestic charge, right? So they put a parole hold on me because I was on a domestic charge. So with that being said is that once that occurred, and the charges was refused or whatever, they shipped me to Orleans Parish where I had more open charges. It was the theft of a motor vehicle and the domestic abuse, battery, involving strangulation. So once I got in Orleans Parish jail, all right, I have from the district attorney's office, this woman who they say that I initially raped in another parish and in Orleans Parish is the same woman here. It's not different females. It's the same grown woman, not a child, a grown woman. Okay, she did the same thing in Orleans Parish, right? Correct. I'm about to show you how the system is corrupted. Okay, she did this, right? Saying all allegations against me is false, and she even saying it. You know, she let them know the truth that I never did this to her. I never hit her. I was nowhere around her. Nothing. She got mad and thought that I was dealing with another woman. That's why she did what she did to me. You know what I'm saying? Another thing too. Once I got into Orleans Parish, I was there for like a month or something like that. Okay, a lot went on as that time progressed. Okay, if you was an innocent person and you know the judges and DA know that this person is saying that all the charges that you're on that you did not do, why was you still in jail? Louisiana have the highest incarceration rate in the world for putting black people away. Yes, at the end of the day, in my younger life, I'm not gonna lie, I was causing problems. I was young. My daddy got killed when I was 7 years old. My mom had to raise 4 children by herself, so I had to find a way to try to help my mother. You feel what I'm saying? But as time went on, the person that I once was, I'm not that person today. That is not who I am. I have a 3-year-old son. I have an 18-year-old daughter that graduated yesterday, supposed to be. At the end of the day, that people don't understand that they see that I'm armed and dangerous. I have a heart. People that know me know that at the end of the day, I am a good person. So I'm asking for help from the world, from Meek Mills, Lil Wayne, Young Boy, Donald Trump. I'm asking for these people. I couldn't even get a lawyer. I couldn't even afford a lawyer to prove my innocence while I was in Orleans Parish jail. They said that I broke out. I didn't break out. I was let out. My name is Antoine Massey. The guy who said that I threatened him with a shank, the maintenance guy, how could I threaten you with a shank? You can't come around me. You're a maintenance. You cannot come on the tills without a deputy being behind you. Because if they just let you on the till, you could be persuaded to bring drugs or anything like that in that nature. So how can I threaten you to jail you? And why you didn't notify the people, the police, that if I did threaten you, you never did that. Like, you flat out lied on me. Sterling flat out lied on me. And I want to let the media know that from the straight tattoos in my face and things of that nature, of course they're going to believe Sterling. You know what I'm saying? I never told Sterling nothing. I'm willing to take a lie detector test and everything behind that, but that's another subject. Orleans Parish is one of the corruptedest jails. That in St. Tammany Parish is the corruptedest jails in the state of Louisiana. Why was I even incarcerated with a woman saying that this never happened? This is this woman's name. This is the charge, domestic abuse strangulation. This is about the shit in St. Tammany. Why would I, in Orleans Parish, why was I even in jail? That's what I'm trying to show y'all. That's why I left the jail. And they have a lot more brothers that's innocent, just like me, that's trying to prove their innocence. That's why they ran. Jason Williams, the sheriff, Susan Hudson, these people are corrupted. These people was talking to St. Tammany and telling St. Tammany they gonna sentence me behind this, and telling St. Tammany if they can't give me, St. Tammany gonna get me. You see what I'm saying? Behind a woman that's a grown adult that never stated that I ever raped her. They have a detective that's over the case that's trying to pursue charges on me because of my prior history. Who I was in the past is not who I am today. So I'm asking for the media. I don't even have a lawyer to help me. I'm asking for help. That's why I ran. You feel me? I'm a grown man. I have kids. I have a mother. I have a baby mother, a child, my children mother. Like it's a lot going on. And that's why I ran. I need help. You feel what I'm saying? Orleans Parish in St. Tammany is one of the corruptest parishes in the world. And I'm asking for help. It's a lot of corruption. It's jiggings, all type of stuff going on, and they covering it up. They don't care about nothing. In the state of Louisiana, this is something that needs to go under a federal investigation. What's going on? How they handling cases? Why Antoine Massey was in jail if the woman, the victim, the grown woman, not a child, the grown woman stated that he never raped her. He never beat her. He was nowhere in her presence. This is the affidavits on the date right here. This is the drop form from the district attorney office. This woman when did this. I didn't do this. Look, it's legally dated. So I'm asking, please, for help. Young Boy, Meek Mills, people, LBL, you know what I'm saying? People that been through the system that know it's corrupt. Lil Wayne, Donald Trump, please, I'm asking for help. You know what I'm saying? When I get back in custody, I'm asking y'all, please, to come and help. You feel what I'm saying? I'm asking the world I'm letting y'all know I'm not a raper, man. I'm not, none of that. None of that. I'm a good person. I am a father that want to be in my children's life. You know what I'm saying? I want to let the younger youth know that going down the route of trying to be a street person is not the route. That's what type of person I am. Yes, I was lied on. They made Sterling lie on me. All the guys they picked me for him to lie on. I'm not saying Sterling a bad guy, but why did you pick me to lie on, bro? It's bigger than Sterling. I don't know why they picked me for him to lie on, but I never threatened Sterling, never. How could I threaten Sterling or hurt Sterling? He cannot come on a tip with me without a deputy being present. My name is Antoine Massey. I'm asking for help. I was one of the ones that was let out Orleans Parish Jail on May the 16th or May the 15th, 2025. So please, Meek Mills, Donald Trump, Lil Wayne, please help me. Lil Wayne, this is Big Antoine's son that's talking right now. I'm Lil Antoine. I was in your mama wedding when she married Rabbit. I was the ring boy, Lil Wayne. Please help me, bro.